up. And the Denver Broncos. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The first carry for Leonard Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he winds ends up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 21-yard line. A big pickup of 38. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. First carry for Nick Chubb. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Just a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. You often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They look to throw. It's Locke. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Got a man. It's Jeudy complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
10 at the 34-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And a short game down to about the 33.
Joe Schobert on the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9 at the Jaguars' 33-yard line.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Locke working out of the gun. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds. Incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
A 56-yard attempt.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 2nd down now. It's Clark looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
12 at the 45-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Locke. Dancing to his left. He'll go up top here for Hamler. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Looking to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands. He's able to pick up the first down.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll try the left side. Clark. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On third down, it's Clark. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Fournette, a first down carry. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Fournette on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. of the gun. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Kickoff for Jacksonville.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The kick is good.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Jaguars 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. team takes it down and scores, that can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
If they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And whatever adjustments they made at intermission, they're working because the first half they didn't look so hot. Now they seem to be clicking.
And you know me really well, partner. A lot of the time I like to downplay the idea of adjustment.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score, Broncos 21, Jaguars 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Bananas Westbrook complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the Jaguar 1st down.
They'll try the left side. It's Clark, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Warner. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
First down, Jaguars.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Oliver. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd down, it's Clark. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Play is a turnover on downs.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity that if it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Brings up 4.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Warner. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll run with Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 3 yards out. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Jaguars 13.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do it.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, 39 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Leonard Fournette.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Warner. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. This is Fournette. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First down, Jaguars.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
And more muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score Broncos 38, Jaguars 20. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Today's final score.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's